It's me, Casper, back again. I just finished recording a recap of uranium after we made a big breakout on URA, getting above 22, and the big 18-month long downward resistance, which is now support. Go look it out, go check it out. I mean, a big day for uranium. I love it. But let's get on to, I think it's been a while since we have been looking at, gold to silver ratio, the dollar, gold, all that good stuff, gas. So I think we owe it to ourselves to dive in and have a look. Where are we? It's been a while, so a lot of things has happened. Let's start with gold to silver ratio. We are still, we are still in this long-term upsloping, bearish, expanding wedge here. And well, excuse me, it's getting, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, guys. We are still, in my opinion, making the right shoulder right here. So what I think will happen is that we have also broken this smaller head and shoulders, broke down, and we're getting a bit of a bounce today. I wouldn't be surprised if it went all the way up to the neckline here at 82 plus 5, and then we roll over again. So silver will underperform gold for the next week, I think, possibly heading into FOMC, which is this week, I think today and tomorrow, actually. So yeah, still long term, very bullish. This setup here, once we break, should give us a target at 30-1 ratio in the gold to silver ratio. 30-1. Big number, or small number, actually, which is good. The dollar right now, the only thing I'm looking at is this move here, right? And currently we are in a bull flag. So yeah, that's that actually. We are in a bull flag here, but I would love to see us getting down here and testing these again, obviously. But for now, it's actually quite bullish on the short term, and we don't want to see a break above here. That would obviously be a headwind for gold and silver and all the other stuff. As you can see, we also have some resistance up here. But breaking out of this golden here, I don't like it. I mean, that means that we could be in for a lot of dollar gains actually. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Gold still cannot. Why is this one gone? Right there. 1 second, I'll just adjust it because I'm on the log scale right now. Okay, you can see gold here still not doing great in the short term. We're still below the long term lower side here of the golden trend line. And we need to get above this, let's call it 90, 80, 4 or 5-ish. But there is a lot of resistance. We still have the golden trend line, the blue neckline here, and the 200 weekly, the daily moving average, sorry. So we need to get above all these here. I mean, it's a big task, but we have FOMC, anything can happen. But if we get a rate hike, which I don't know the odds for it right now, but then I think we will get a move lower. So yeah, gold right now, short term, not the best. However, silver for some reason, as you can see, silver just did the retest on the neckline for this small formation here. So as long as we hold for silver and moving up, that's obviously very bullish. And I think if we do that, then gold will break the resistances that we looked at previously. Because I can't imagine your gold or silver go up heavily and gold go down. Yeah, that doesn't happen very often. So let's leave it there for next time. XBI, which is the biotech ETF. I just wanted to add it in here because no one is looking at it. Just look at this big inverted head and shoulders coming across here all the way. But when we break this blue neckline, we are in for quite a run. And where could we go? It depends on how you look at it, but the low target would be 120 and the high target would be 140 in this ETF. Just leaving that in. I can see it. I forgot to delete something. Anyways, we'll skip straight over to platinum. Platinum. Let me just remove these bad boys here. Still, the long-term golden trend line coming down here back in early 21. We had what looked to be very bullish, the breakout retest resumption, but couldn't quite make a higher high. And now we are just all the way back down here again. And if I remove these shorter term views, you can see here that currently there is a big support coming up and a major support that has to hold for platinum at around 980, roughly 970. But this zone here needs to hold for platinum. Otherwise, we will get a dip down to this low here at around 900, in my view. As you can see here, zooming out, this one needs to hold. Very important level. Otherwise, we could get some big downward moves. What is quite interesting for me right now is if you look at the rates. Let me go back to the 8-hourly here. Looking at the rates, right? We have this high here at 4%, 4.6%, which right now is resistance. So we have the FOMC coming up right here, straight into the apex of this bad boy right here. And if they don't hike, then this will go down heavily. And then you will see gold, silver get above the levels that we just talked about. It's quite simple in my view. If they hike, we will go higher. And yeah, this one is a big one because this trend line here will decide the near future for the rates. That's my take. You can see we have filled the gap here also. Let's wait and see. Let's look back at this one Wednesday. So Palladium. I'm just gonna go to the daily here, my bad. What's happening right now in Palladium, it's doing very bad, obviously. You have the highs here, the invasion highs, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we are trying to find a fifth wave at the bottom, which could be around here at roughly 11, let's call it 1200 for the Palladium. So if we can get down here, that would actually be a very good place to buy, in my view. And then we maybe also have completed, the 1 to 5 elite wave countdown. Big move down. It has dropped from 3,400 down to where are we now? 1,400. That's a big drop in Palladium. Big drop. Nat gas, natty, good old natty. Where are we now? We have been between 3 and 2 for the past 6 months or so, and right now I'm thinking nat gas is really trying to put in some sort of weird base here. Everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are short the nat gas, and you have had a move down from 10 to 2. So what's there to, in my view, what is there to gain after you have dropped 80%? I mean, I would have covered my shorts, if you can say that, a long time ago. Anyways, let me look at it here. You can still see we are in this. It's still a bearish flag here. And if we get a bounce here, then we should get all the way up here. And then we will get the big test if we can break this golden trend line, which is now a resistance. But I think looking at the ratios against oil and uranium spot price, I think nat gas actually could surprise many shorts. I've said that before. Nat gas is very difficult to trade and to foresee, but this is the best option for a long time, I think, or opportunity. Excuse me. Nickel. I need to swap to Heiken Ashi candles, otherwise you cannot see a goddamn thing. You can see here, this was the big, let's call it COMEX high, where the nickel trade collapsed, or just, yeah, it collapsed basically because there were no nickel on the exchange, I guess. And ever since we have been in this range here. So nickel could be in for a bounce if it confirms the double bottom here. Also, Jesus Christ, excuse me. Also, you can see here coming from all the way back from 2015, you can see this golden trend line coming here. If you can follow my mouse, and where will it be? You can see it's coming up right now as support. It's coming up here as support. So maybe we will do like this for some time, but I think when we touch the golden support, the long-term trend line, I think we will bounce big time. That's my take. But as you can see, it's still some way to go. But we could get a bounce all the way up here maybe, and then we go for a double bottom again, a bigger double bottom. But anyways, nickel in the future, all right now, could be in for a some gains. Sugar, you know what you say? Silver and sugar goes hand in hand. And right now, actually, after the big breakout here, excuse me, we had the big breakout here of this long-term golden trend line breakout, retest, big move up, big pull, and now in a beautiful, beautiful bull flag. And the target is 33. And as I mentioned just before we looked at sugar, sugar and silver has a very high correlation. It goes back 50 years. I've made a video on this. You can go back in the early videos. You can see that where this ratio is. It's not perfect, but the correlation is very high. So if we get this confirmation of this bull flag here, silver, which we all love actually, or you should at least, will follow. And if you go to 34, what's the target? We have a roughly 33% upside in gold, in sugar, and silver should follow if we get that move up big time. Okay, uranium spot price. To me, as you know, I've shown this many times before. Big inverted head and shoulders, a nice little right shoulder. Not many bears left. I think we will touch the neckline here, and if and when we get above, we could actually see the price for uranium spot spike big time. And I think actually we could spike all the way up to the Fukushima high at around 73 before we see any decent pullback. It's a thin market, so it's very rough to predict exactly where we will be. But I think 73, 73, excuse me, is a good target to go for. And where right now we are at 56, so we could be in for a 20, let's call it 30% upside in the next, I don't know, month. Yeah, 3, 4, 5 months or so, depending on how fast we go. It could also be that when we get to the neckline, obviously, I'm messing my charts up today. Excuse me for that. Let's say we get up here to the neckline, right? We could also be going down a bit, getting rejected, and then we pop. But I think uranium just looks really, really, really good right now. And you can see that the miners right now is breaking out ahead of the big breakout for the uranium spot price. And that's what you want to see. The speculative money is getting into the miners first before the spot price. I actually like that, to be honest. I wanted to show wheat, a very boring commodity. This, well, this was the Ukrainian invasion high, or the spike high. Ever since, it has just been one way street down. As you can see, we have dropped roughly 60% more or less. But if you look where we are right now, and also the golden trend line, let me just align it a bit better here. And also the golden trend line coming all the way down here, right? I think if we can break out here, then we have a bullish setup for wheat, and we should probably be buying any bullish setup or any retracement if you want to play the wheat sector. Not wheat, that's a different thing. But anyways, so yeah, just wanted to add it in here. It looks very good if you can break. Obviously, getting below that would stink if you are a bull, but you wait for the breakout and then you can buy some sort of retrace or bull flag. It's all up to you, and the stop can be placed below the white trend line. Again, it's not financial advice. That's just how I would play it if I were to invest into this one. Anyways, oil is at, let me just wait on for this line here. as you can see, oil right now is at, I have this one as blue because you can see it here. It could be a bigger inverted head and shoulders. The right shoulder, which is this one here, I don't see it, but it is there. So we have to acknowledge it and see that the big bearish formation is here. We're getting down to the blue neckline or the blue support, the blue neckline. So right now between here and let's call it 67 and 63, that's where the bulls need to show what they are made of. Otherwise, we could go all the way down here to around 54, which is this channel here, before we maybe do a false breakdown, then we move up again, who knows? But yeah, for now, you need to look at the low side of 63 for oil. So yeah, that's my take on it. Again, nothing much has moved, but anyways, I think overall commodities looking good. But I think the big news, the big story this week will be FOMC in like 2 or 3 days. If they hike, then we will take some damage to gold and silver and so on, and rates and the dollar will get a bit, obviously. If they pause, you should see a big rally because, as mentioned here early on the 2-year, I'm just messing it up. Then we will break down big time here, which should be a tailwind for gold and silver, platinum, and also, you know, tech stocks and so on, actually. If we get a big dump in rates, tech loves low rates, so they should also get a big bid. So yeah, that's my take. I hope you liked it, guys. As always, follow me, thumbs up, leave a comment below. What do you think? I will reply to any comment, more or less, good or bad. I don't care. I love to get criticism, and I love to get the positive feedbacks that most of you are doing. Anyways, have an awesome day, and check out my previously released video on uranium. Looking good, man. Cheers.